Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 184. And the dog days are over. Week 1, NFL season, technically already happened. First game already happened. Eagles take down the Cowboys. We'll recap that game.
Kind of an interesting game.
Very interesting game. Jalen Carter, fuck you.
Some weather-related issues. It was kind of a mess. But
yeah, I think as soon as the lightning delay happened, the game kind of just
ended.
Complete shit. Chiefs take on the Chargers tonight. We will preview all the games happening tonight, happening on Sunday. And don't think we forgot about college football. We'll recap a wild week 1 in college football. We'll recap some games as well for week 2. And some baseball. Yankees take 2 out of 3 against Houston. Mets take 2 out of 3 against Detroit. However,
some interesting things going on. They got a big series against Cincy.
Yes.
Senga just got sent to the minors for an assignment. I don't really know how that's going to end up. He's been pretty awful his past 3 starts. He has a 6.58 ERA, so you really don't like to see that down the stretch.
He has been pretty terrible.
Brandon Strout, another Mets rookie. Getting the start on Sunday, so maybe we got some more life in the rotation. And like Stan just mentioned, Ryan Helsley.
Yeah, not good.
I don't even know what to do with him anymore. I just don't pitch him. You can't pitch him.
I think I may have been faked out by the stat, and if it's real, then God, it just shows how terrible Ryan Helsley has been. Ryan Helsley has given up more earned runs as a Met than Devin Williams has as a Yankee.
Without a doubt. I mean, Stan, he's given up more earned runs on the Mets, I think, in his whole career than he did in all of St. I mean, there's a very good chance because he has a 10 ERA. He let up 6 runs the other night. Tipping pitches or not, there's clearly something wrong. He's not. Yeah. I don't know what's up with him. You can't throw him out there. It's unbelievable. They got to score 10 runs to win ball games because they went up 10-3. Yeah. They win 10-8. It can't happen. This isn't a recipe for success. Good. They got to figure it out. They got to figure it out.
Not good at all. All right, let's dive right into it. Week 1 NFL season. Eagles take down the Cowboys by a final score of. Why am I blanking on the final score right now?
20.
Was it actually 24-20?
I don't think anyone scored after the break.
It was 24-20. It didn't feel like 24-20, but it was 24-20. Let's start off with the big story. I feel like once in every while we have a who was the spitter moment in sports. And we had one.
It was Keith Hernandez.
It was Keith Hernandez. Now some are saying it was Dak Prescott. But this may have been the stupidest thing.
It was the first play of the game.
Not even. What are you doing talking to Dak Prescott, number 1? Number 2, what drove you to do that? I know he spit on the ground, but it wasn't directed towards you.
It was just crazy. I mean, he was immature. And he's one of the best D linemen in the game. You need him.
That was the Eagles' best defensive player. He is the best defensive player on the Eagles. And he threw himself out of the game before the first play from scrimmage. Disgusting.
It didn't matter. Hindsight's 20/20, but in the moment.
I'd say it mattered completely because I don't think Javonte Williams has that game with 2 touchdowns and was running the ball like it was nothing if Jalen Carter was on the field.
I'm looking at a win-loss perspective, Stan. I'm not looking at fantasy or career numbers here. They still won the football game. They still won the football game. What were you going to expect? Of course that was going to happen if him getting thrown out of the game. But it didn't matter. I mean, how many drop balls did Dak Prescott have with his receivers out there? He wasn't even throwing bad balls. Those were good passes.
I will say Dak had a very good game. Dak was he was throwing hospital balls, but they were good hospital balls.
Yeah, well, they were tight. They were Peyton Manning, Tom Brady hospital balls. He was getting windows, and you got to catch those.
That dot to Ferguson in the end zone, and they ended up getting the 50. I was getting Peyton Manning, Austin Collie flashbacks.
Just got to catch the ball.
Just, well, the hit, he got fucking leveled by Blankenship. But I will say, the lasting effect, I think, if you're a Cowboy fan, you lose that game, I must say, you got to be thinking, hey, we're a pretty damn good football team after that game. They
didn't look bad at all. We were writing them off early, but they didn't look bad. I still think the Giants are a better team, but they didn't look bad.
This is writing them off, however. Giants, I know this is way look ahead considering that we haven't even played a snap of week 1 football yet. The Giants fell from 4.5-point underdogs to 3.5-point underdogs, in their game against Dallas next week. So the Giants could be another hot commodity.
Someone could die this game. Who knows? I mean, that's way far ahead. Who knows?
Yeah, that's way far ahead. Absolutely. But yeah, Eagles offense, Jalen Hurts didn't throw the ball to A.J. Brown. There we go.
There you go.
There it is. I did not throw the ball at all to Jalen Brown. I think he only had 1 target. I just think that...
Well, I mean, he ran the whole fucking game. Only had 92 passing yards. He had 92 passing yards at halftime.
What was the final stat line for Hurts? Let's see it.
And I get why you're saying Jalen Brown, Stan, because Jalen Brown's going to have to play like that. It's going to have to do everything. If
he's going to have to do everything.
A little shot to the NBA.
Yeah, honestly, though, I just think that, like, with the lack of pass rush that the Cowboys had, it just opened up the lane for Jalen Hurts.
I wonder
why. Someone said, I think Tom Fernelli, who's a college football analyst on CBS Sports, he tweeted the obvious as a joke, but it's kind of true. The Eagles need to stop the run, and the Cowboys need a pass rush, and that's exactly.
And they're missing both those guys.
And they were missing both of those guys to do that. I think that for the Eagles, are we worried about this defense? Because this second, Adoree Jackson did not look good.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb was giving him fits despite the drops.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't look great. I think Dak really just did play an excellent game. I think he really was poised in that. The way, when I saw him play, I mean, Stan, he looked like all-pro quarterback.
Stat line won't show it, but he looked very, very good.
100%. But again, the rush defense you're missing from Jalen Carter, that's a huge aspect. He shouldn't have that much time in the pockets. It's not a telltale sign. It's only week 1. So we don't know.
It's only week 1, but how long's the suspension going to be? Because he's got to get suspended for that.
2 games, I would say.
2 or 3?
I think 3 might be a stretch. I'm going to go with 2 just because it's the first game of the year. If we're looking like week 5, like you're like, oh shit, like we've settled in and like it's the second quarter and you're just blatantly spitting on a guy. I'm thinking 3-game suspension. We just started the year. They might take it easy. Give him 2.
Yes, I'd say 3. They never throw out 2 like that. I think that
NFL's changing.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to come out 6-game suspension.
6 games. I'll do a backflip. I'll do a backflip. That'd be awesome. Game kind of really came down to because if you were an overbetter for this game, I'm sorry.
Lightning delay got you.
Lightning delay definitely did get you. As soon as Javonte Williams fumbled that ball, that easily could have been a touchdown for the Eagles. Dak was the only heads-up guy on the field.
Nice tackle. I saw a fantasy league. Did you see that 100-point tackle from a QB? I should have did that. I would have got 100 points.
Would have been awesome. Yeah, I think the defense looked good for Dallas. I think the defense also, like, there were some undisciplined plays the youth showed for Philly. You know, the taunting. We have a taunting rule now.
Can't do it.
Just can't do it. That was a little bit soft. But like, what are we doing here with the
NFL's getting soft?
These are grown ass men playing football. And we're talking about taunting here, but whatever. I'm not a decision maker of that process. But yeah, look ahead. We mentioned the Cowboys take on the Giants. That's a 1:00 game, and
kind of a big game for both you guys. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I would especially with, and we'll get to the preview for the Giant game, but especially with everyone kind of being like, especially with the Giants being like a trendy upset pick.
You never know.
Oh my God, if we're going into... I don't want to get too ahead, but like if we're going... And I know I said I don't want to look ahead, but now I'm looking even more ahead.
If
we go into week 3, 2-0 against the fucking Chiefs...
All right, let's get Friday. Let's get through Sunday first.
It's Friday. Let's get through week 1 first. Eagles looking ahead on them. They also take on the Chiefs. That game will be an Arrowhead Super Bowl rematch. Should be pretty interesting. Speaking of the Chiefs, let's get it started. This is our first recap. Or not recap, preview. First preview of the year. Chiefs take on the Chargers. At the time that we're recording this, we hope that this gets out before the game starts. The game starts at 8. Chiefs, favored by 3. Total set of 47.5. Tim, what are we thinking here? Can Patrick Mahomes return to his normal form? Because when he was with Bieniemy, he was lighting it up. And then as soon as Matt Nagy became his offensive coordinator, hey, I know he's winning Super Bowls, but still.
He don't look great.
He don't look great. He's had a sub-95 QBR in his last 2 seasons, with Matt Nagy as his offensive coordinator.
Listen, I want to say he could. I mean, he's Pat Mahomes. He's going to get back to it at some point. This game, I'm going to say no, though. I mean, the Chiefs have a record of kind of slowing off, slow and start. Yes, starting
there
slow.
we go.
Jesus Christ, starting slow to start the year. And I really like the Chargers this year, Stan. They've kind of been on the cusp of the playoffs the past few years. Harbaugh's setting in for a second year. Herbert's looking much more comfortable in the pocket. They bring back Keenan Allen, which, I kind of love. I don't care how old he is. He's still Keenan Allen. I like their offense. Lad's going to have a big year. I don't know if I'm crazy to say this, but can the Chargers win week 1?
A lot of people have the Chargers winning in week 1. Let's see where the numbers are here. Let's see. What do we got? Actually, no. 75% of
75% of NFL fans are fucking Kansas City fans in the past 5 years. So,
well, that 75% is taking Chiefs money line, 65% of the money on the Chiefs minus the 3, and split 50-50 on the over/under. We now look to the Chargers. You mentioned Omari and Hampton debuts. Chargers were 11th in rush attempts last year. They were able to run the football pretty well. Also, you mentioned Justin Herbert, 3-1 in week 1 in his short career. I look to matchups. I look to a lot of good There's a lot.
Rasheed Rice isn't playing.
Rasheed Rice isn't playing. That's number one. But also, there's a lot of good matchups in this. We get Ladd McConkey versus Trent McDuffie. It's a pretty juicy one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Kelce against Derwin James. Travis Kelce's been saying, I'm in my old shape. Even though everyone's like, this is probably going to be your last year.
So is Derwin James.
Derwin James is in pretty elite shape. Who is going to be this wide receiver 1 for this team? Is it going to be Worthy? Is Hollywood Brown going to step up?
I know we've said it before, Sam, but there's too many question marks right now for them going into week 1. I just don't think they have a stable offensive unit yet.
I'm going to go with the under. I think that these two teams, I know last year's Brazil game went over by a lot, but
it's in Brazil. Come on.
I know there's that, but still, I think that there's really no true wide receiver 1 on this Chiefs team. We also have to keep in mind, and also, you have a rookie in Josh Simmons protecting Mahomes' blind side at left tackle. That's tough.
Great.
That's a tough. Hey, all due respect to the kid, but still,
week 1.
I think that's
a tough match.
Week 1, tough assignment, especially you're going up against guys like Khalil Mack and Bud Dupree. Those are established pass rushers in this league. Also, I look the opposite ends. Chris Jones, George Karlaftis going up against a Los Angeles Chargers O-line that does not have Rashawn Slater, out for the year. So who on this Chargers offensive line is going to step up and be that premier guy? I just don't think there's going to be a lot of offense this game. I know we're talking about 2 pretty established quarterbacks in the league, but I'm going to roll with the under here. I think that they're going to establish the run. Both these teams are going to try to establish the run, considering that Mahomes doesn't really have anyone to throw to. And Herbert, I know he's going to have to throw the ball a lot, considering
he's got the target.
He always does, but you have a shiny new toy to Omari and Hampton. Who knows what he's going to do?
Catch him in the flat.
Hope he does well.
I
for
hope
the
so
sake
too.
of my for the sake of my fantasy team. But that was not one of my 3. I am leaning the under. Not one of my 3 though. We'll get to that eventually. Let's get the bad one out of the way. Dolphins Colts. This is almost a pick 'em.
This is almost a don't watch it.
This is almost a don't watch it either. The Colts are favored by 1.5. The total set at 47.5. Jones in at quarterback.
The enigma
for the Colts. I look to the Dolphins. Actually, sorry. Daniel Jones has a shiny new weapon as well. Last time I said Daniel Jones and shiny new weapon, I was talking about Kenny Galladay. So I hope Tyler Warren doesn't end up
Things
like
have changed.
I hope Tyler Warren doesn't end up like Kenny Galladay. Jonathan Taylor in his last 3 week 1 starts, he averaged 88 yards per game. I look to the Dolphins offense. Tua. If he's healthy, he's great. If he's not healthy, he's not good. 24 points per game. This Dolphins offense with Tua, 13 points per game without. Tyreek Hill's always been known to have a fast week 1 start. In his last 4 week 1 starts, he's averaging 159 receiving yards as well. Devon Achane is healthy. Also, in 4 week 1 starts, Jalen Waddle, 79 yards per game. Also, this Miami defense, this pass rush, can it live up to his potential? Zach Seiler, Kenneth Grant, Chop Robinson, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips. Can this offensive line for Indianapolis hold up, especially with Braden Smith questionable? We don't know if he's playing or not. So, not one of my 3. I'm leaning the Dolphins. I'm going to trust Tua, which is bold, which is
Yeah,
bold.
listen, I don't
I'm going
hate
to
it.
trust Tua.
I'm kind of on the same wavelength here. Not one of my three. I think the Dolphins have always had a history of starting off hot. We've seen it the past few years. I mean, what was it? They started like 5-1. They were in first place in the
Yes.
AFC East. We've seen it happen a million times. Down the road, Tua always gets hurt. I'm not knocking that already. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm going to say week 1, Dolphins are going to win.
All right. Tim, let's go to your game. Steelers, Jets. Flexing it. Steelers favored by 3. Total is at, oh my God,
37.
37.5 on DraftKings. 37.5. Aaron Rodgers revenge game. Justin Fields revenge game. Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf equals what? Can Sauce be able to follow DK all game? This is an embarrassing stat for you, Tim, and get ready for this. You're going to clench your shoulders here. Garrett Wilson was a 1,000-yard receiver last year. Justin Fields is the 8th different quarterback that Garrett Wilson will receive a pass from. I think the big question here is this Jet offensive line against this experienced Steelers defense.
AVT out for the year.
AVT out for the year.
We don't even have a center yet.
You got Armand Membu against TJ Watt. Way to throw the kid into the wolves.
Hey, you know what? There's no better way to learn. No better way to learn.
No better way to learn. The Steelers were tied for in sacks last year with 43. TJ Watt had 11 and a half of them. This is going to be a tough call.
Best quarterback this year, though.
You were known for picking the Jets a lot last year. That's what led you to avoid the stage. Are we seeing it this year?
I am not.
This week?
Not taking it this week. Listen, I love taking Jets picks, but I'm with the rest of Jets fans. I have no clue what this team is right now. I don't think anyone does.
Honestly, I think, I hate to interrupt you, but we know what the Steelers defense is. I think we know what the Jets defense is capable of. We know what they're capable of. They weren't good last year.
New regime, though. We got a whole new scheme this year.
A whole new scheme. We know what they're capable of. With the right coaching, maybe they can build something here. Other than Garrett Wilson for the Jets, and other than DK Metcalf for the Steelers, who's catching to the football?
Breece Hall is going to have to catch a ton of fucking passes this game. I mean, he's going to have to. Jeremy Rucker did not really touch the field at all in preseason. Kind of just seems like he's a blocking tight end. So they're going to go with that Mason kid we picked up
Mason
this year in the
Taylor.
draft. He looks legit. You cut Malachi Corley because of behavioral issues. That's the second time that's happened in the past 4 years from a receiver you've drafted in the first 3 rounds. So clearly something's wrong with the drafting process for going through here. I don't know. I don't know who they're going to throw the ball to. I think Garrett Wilson's going to get a lot of targets. I hope so. They've already played together before in college. I don't really know how much they're going to even throw the ball. This could be a very big ground and pound game from the Jets. I think you can see a lot of touches from Braylon Allen. You're going to see a lot of touches from Breece Hall. There's going to be a lot of runs from Justin Fields. If I'm being honest, he's going to have to get out of the pocket. I don't know what to expect. I'm going an optimistic week 1 stand, but it's been for the past few years. I just don't know. I don't know what the Jets are, and I'll have to figure it out piece by piece. So I'm staying away from this game. If you want my honest opinion, I'm taking Jets money line if I have to. That's obviously I'm going to do that, but
okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Next up, Panthers and the Jags. Jags laying 3.5 at home. Total set at 46.5. Tim, I do want to mention on our awards post the other day, me and you were pretty high in the Jags.
Mm-hmm.
We have them going to the playoffs. I have Brian Thomas winning MVP. I also have Liam Cohen winning Coach of the Year. You have Trevor Lawrence winning Comeback Player of the Year. Why are we so big on the Jags?
Just listen, they could. All these people couldn't have been wrong about Trevor Lawrence. Like, it can't happen, right? It can't be a consensus like this guy was supposed to be, the face of the league, the future best quarterback in the NFL, and it just hasn't really been put together. Finally getting some stability this year. The weapons are there. The defense got better. The O-line got better. I think finally this year is where they can piece things together and Jacksonville will get back into the playoffs. And I think that starts week 1, Stan. I think it does.
Okay. Just to explain my Brian Thomas thing, I know Travis Hunter is there, and he's going to be playing wide receiver.
2.
And logical people will be like, oh, wouldn't that take away from targets from Brian Thomas? Which you are right. Yes, that's correct. However,
takes away the eyes off them.
Look at who they lost last year as well, receiving-wise. You lose Evan Ingram. You lose Christian Kirk. You lose, oh my God, blanking on his name. Was it Ridley? No, Ridley was still there. Oh my God, who is it? I'm blanking on it. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
I don't know.
He's on the Christian Kirk's on the Texans. He's also hurt. by the way. Nico Collins may have like the game of a lifetime, like the game of a lifetime against who were they playing? Against the Rams. Gabe Davis. There we go. They lost Gabe Davis as well.
Yes,
he's
that's
back
who it
with
was.
he's back with the Bills. So that's plenty of targets to go around, and you got to deal with Travis Hunter. You got to deal with Brian Thomas. Who's it going to be? We'll see. It's a good pick. I feel like that's a sneaky good offensive player of the year pick.
I don't hate it.
Hopefully a sophomore breakout. But yeah, Travis Hunter makes his debut. Can Trevor Lawrence really take that next step? We mentioned that before. Also, can Bryce Young keep on riding from that stellar second half of the season that he had, where he really figured it out? He has a shiny new toy in Ted McMillan. He's going to be awesome, man. Like, he's really going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch Ted McMillan play.
Shout out avid listener of the podcast, Jackal Commons. Give me a phone call right now. I'm about to text him. I'm not even going to pick it up.
Yeah, oh God. Yeah, be careful. He might say something.
Yeah,
but also,
I'm not picking it up.
We did mention, we just mentioned McMillan. Who else is stepping up at wide receiver for Carolina? Because, Jalen Coker's out. Xavier Legette didn't really have, he's good, but, he's not great.
Carolina's getting there, Stan. They're just not, they're not there yet.
They're not there.
But they're getting there. They're moving in the right direction.
Yes, they're getting there. I got nothing from this game. All right. Tim, you have anything from this game?
Nah, I got nothing.
All right, nothing at all. All right. I promise we have picks. I promise. Let's go to Vegas and New England. This game just got pretty interesting now. New England favored by 2.5, total set of 44.5. Just announced Christian Gonzalez out for New England. Will Campbell questionable with an ankle injury. So won't be surprised if we see a lot of money coming in for Vegas. This one's going to be interesting. I see a lot of people on Vegas, a lot of people on Vegas. I wouldn't be shocked if a lot more people were on Vegas now.
I would be too. There's no reason not to be.
But I had Ashton Genty winning Rookie of the Year. And I know it's a pretty chalky pick, but here's my point of view on this. I was stuck between him and Amari and Hampton, and I just felt like Ashton Genty's the running back when LA has Amari and Hampton. But this game, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what Pete Carroll has up his sleeve. Geno Smith making his Raiders debut. He had his best season as a quarterback under Pete Carroll. I know Pete Carroll's
his life.
I know Pete Carroll's a defensive guy, but still. New England, Mike Vrabel era begins. Drake May in a quarterback. Keon Henderson going to be starting at running back. Hopefully, I pray. I need him for fantasy purposes.
Fingers crossed.
Considering in one of my leagues, I have Hampton and Henderson as RB1 and RB2.
So you're taking a big swing here.
It's a big swing, and if it fucks up, I may pass away. Like, it's not going to be a good end scenario. But Tim, do you have anything from this game?
I do not. I'm honestly, Stan, I don't want to burst your bubble here with the Genty pick, but I'm really not that high on the Rams this year. I mean, not the Rams, I'm sorry, the Raiders this year. I'm just not. I'm not. I don't know why. I just have a hunch feeling they're not going to be as good as people think. I think they're going to be a little disappointing.
All right.
Hold on one sec, Stan. My phone is getting blown up. Kilk is asking if he could have a celeb segment real quick about the Giants.
Let's get to the Giant game right now. Giants 6-point underdogs. Total is set at 45.5. Let's call him up.
I'll call him up. I'm gonna call him up. First live caller of the show, by the way.
No.
Oh, you're right.
Not the first live caller. Let's be careful though. Make sure he doesn't say anything stupid. Yeah, you're on. JMU, love it. Lock it in.
Lock it in, everyone. Lock it in.
Throw Stan on it. Throw it all.
I'll throw Stan on it. I'll make sure to throw Stan on it. Real quick before you go. Real quick, give me the lock for the Giants game this Sunday. What are you putting down?
All right.
We're locking those in. All right. I gotta go. Have fun at Philly Jacks. All right. Yeah. We'll throw that. We'll do it in the edit. We'll throw it in the Insta.
Oh my God. Unreal. Oh my God. All right. So, Oh my God. He's still going.
All right. Yeah. If you hit, we'll recur it. All right, peace. There we go. There's
Oh
there your
my
logs.
god.
Yeah.
All right. This rivalry has always been close. Even last year, when the Commanders won 12 games, it felt like the
It honestly
Giants
was like
kind of
picking
had them
straws
on their
that game. It
toes.
was very
Like,
close.
remember week 2 when we just didn't have a practice squad kicker to bump up when Graham Cano got hurt?
It was dark times
And
then.
then we went the whole game without a kicker. That was fun. I think the story here is going to be the defense. How does this new front look for the Giants gonna do against this Commanders offensive line? You know, you have Lawrence, you have Burns, you have Thibodeau. Abdul Carter was a stud. He's our defensive rookie of the year. I feel like there's no other option.
I think another big question here, Stan, is how does Jaden Daniels perform in his sophomore season? We've seen it before. These quarterbacks have sophomore slumps. C.J. Stroud had a little bit of a one. I don't expect perfection from him, so we'll see how he comes out week 1.
Yeah. Like, there's so many trends here, and
well, I'm gonna ring the bell, Stan, because this is one of my best bets. I'm ringing the bell.
First one of the year.
Yeah, first one of the year. I know we just had longtime listener Jackal Commons come on and shout out Giants alt spread plus 7.5, but I'm just gonna take that spread straight up. I like Giants plus 6 here. I'm higher on the Giants this year than I think I would say most. I really like their D front. I think they're sensational, especially with Abdul Carter. And honestly, I don't think Russell Wilson's getting the respect he deserves. He's hung around this league for a long time, and he's been a very efficient quarterback along that stretch. So I think I'm expecting big things from him. I'm expecting big things from this Giants offense, especially what we've seen, what they've added this offseason. So I think that plus 6 is a safe bet.
You mentioned Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has a 65% cover rate against the spread in his career as an underdog, including a 71% cover rate as an underdog in divisional games.
Those are the odds you like to hear, guys. That's what you want to hear.
Yes, Dan Quinn, 25-38 against the spread as a head coach favorite. That's below 40%. He's the least profitable active head coach in that market. Yeah, but I mentioned before, this Washington offensive line, 2 new tackles, Laramie Tunsil on the left. You have a rookie in Josh Connerly on the right. And also the Commanders are still missing their guard, Sam Cosmi, too. So, not one of my 3. I'm just going to root for a Giant victory. If they cover, great.
You're leaving it off just because you don't want the bad luck. You need the week 1 luck.
Exactly. A lot of people on the Giants, which I love to see. Everyone's giving props to this defense. And also, I don't think the Commanders are that very good.
There we go. Some divisional smack talk.
There it is. All right. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Browns. The Bengals laying 5.5 on the road. Total is set at 48.5. I'm doing that as well. This is odd. We have a double.
And it's the same one. I'm pretty obvious the same one. I'll switch it because I took the first one, so I'll let you go first.
Okay. I have David Njoku over 49.5 receiving yards.
Okay. I took the over straight up in this game, but I like the way you're thinking because that helps both of us.
I have David Njoku. Keep in mind, we're going to rewind a bit. Rewind 2 years ago, where David Njoku and Joe Flacco were on the Cleveland Browns, and the Browns are making this playoff run, and it felt like every single time Joe Flacco was finding David Njoku, and David Njoku was just going off. There was like a 4-week period in the fantasy playoffs where I was like, oh shit, I have to run into David Njoku, and he just drops like 35 in my head. Also, keep in mind, who's starting at quarterback for Cleveland? Joe Flacco. Who's he going to throw the ball to? David Njoku. What defense are they playing against? Oh, the shitty Bengals defense?
Probably the worst defense in the league.
Whose first stringers couldn't even battle with the second stringers on Washington?
And we've seen what Flacco does when he's in a Browns uniform. These games are like 60-point games. I mean, he just throws and throws and throws and throws, and he's going to do it all day. So I'm expecting him to air the ball at least like 50 times. I mean, they do it every time he's a Brown. It seems like every week he's throwing the ball 50 times.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I really like Njoku today or tomorrow on Sunday. Jesus. Flacco's favorite target against a god-awful defense.
The worst defense in the league. The worst defense in the league.
The worst defense in the league. Yeah. All right, Tim, you had the over. Explain. I mean, I feel like it kind of goes without explaining.
The way I said, I mean, again, Flacco loves airing the football out. Bengals rely solely on their offense. The only way they're going to win games, they score 40-plus points. So that alone, it just gives me a chance. If the Browns keep it close, it's going to be like 30-30. I think this is a pretty favorable 48.5 over if anyone's looking at it. And it's probably a very popular pick, to be honest with you.
I would assume it is. Injury news, Isaiah Likely and Pat Ricard both ruled out for the Ravens against Buffalo on Sunday night. We will get to that game a little later on. Next up, Arizona and New Orleans. Arizona favored by 6.5, total set of 43.5. We can do this game pretty quickly. This is the part where we're like, oh my God, like, is this the year where Kyler Murray finally figures it out? And then he doesn't. So I got nothing from this game. Maybe
Cardinals are gonna
Arizona. Win. Cardinals are going to win. I think the Saints might be the last team to win a game this year.
With
If
that
that's
quarterback
crazy,
room, especially.
with that quarterback room, especially. Again, I don't think their head coaching hire really wasn't that great.
They've been on a downward spiral for years.
Actually, no, scratch that. Sorry. I thought the Cowboys should have hired Kellen Moore. But so who knows? Maybe Kellen Moore's got something up his sleeve. I don't think he does, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we shall see.
It's not going to work.
Not going to work out. Next up, Bucks, Falcons. Bucks laying 1, and oh my God, we have both too. Jesus Christ!
All in the 1 p.m. games, and I think you took the same one as me, Stan.
You go first.
I'm taking the Bucks spread. I think this is just, you know what? It's fair. Be fair. You know what? I think you're going to flip and take Atlanta to win this game. You're high in Atlanta this year. I'll give you that. I'm not a huge Michael Penix guy. Never really was. I'm pretty high in the Bucks this year. I'm loving what Baker Mayfield's been doing. Bucky Irvin's getting year 2. He's going to have a great year. He's going to get more touches to start the year to begin with, so he's going to get his feet under him. Mike Evans is Mike Evans. I just love Stan. I don't know what it is with the Bucks. They do it every year. I think they're going to make the playoffs, and I think they win week 1.
Funny enough how you said I was going to be taking the Falcons, because I'm not. I'm actually taking the Bucks on the money line, not the spread. I'm going to take the money line.
All right. You know, I like what we're doing this week. You know, we're against each other, but we're with each other. We're kind of on the same page here.
Yes, we are. If we look at the Bucks, I just think it's mispriced.
I think so too.
And don't get me wrong, I have the Falcons winning the division, but again, it's week 1. You still have 16 other games to figure it out. I think the Bucks should be on the same level or better defensively and have the more reliable offense. Penix is starting a quarterback, solid O-line. You know, you're surrounded by Drake London. You're surrounded by Bijan Robinson. The thing that Penix struggled with in those couple of games was, can he consistently drive the ball down the field? I don't think against this Bucks defense he can. You know, you have Mike Evans. You bring in Emeka Egbuka, keep in mind, he's going to be a stud. Bucky Irving's in at running back. I think, honestly, like, this spread should be more than a field goal, if you ask me.
I thought it should have been like 5 points. But it's at 1.5, and I was like, screw it, I'm taking the 1.5. I love the value at minus 112. Yeah.
I just expect inconsistency from the Falcon offense, especially
to start
with the young
year.
quarterback.
To start
the year, yes. This is not a knock on Michael Penix. And we'll get to Michael Penix later on, because I think he's the main keep in mind, Michael Penix got the offensive coordinator at Indiana, the head coaching job at Alabama. If you think about that spin zone, which is insane. But we'll get to we'll get to him. Next up, 4:00 games now. Broncos Titans. Broncos favored by 8.5. Total is at 42.5. This is the classic fade the rookie quarterback. I fall for it every time. I think I fell for it. When did I fall for it? Oh, with Caleb Williams. I took the Titans against the Bears. That didn't go well. Will Levis surrender Cobra moment. I'm going to go with the not one of my 3, but I'm going with the Broncos minus the 8. I just think high elevation is going to fuck with Cam Ward. This defense is a lead.
It's a tough place to play, especially to start your career. I do expect a little regression for Bo Nix this year. I think he was sensational last year, but now teams kind of got a scheme on him. He's not. Listen, I'm a huge Oregon guy, but he's not a world-class talent. He's just a steady quarterback, so I wouldn't expect some game-breaking plays from him. But yeah, regression. I don't know if they cover the 8.5, but I think Broncos going to win this game.
We'll see. All right. Next up, Seahawks, Niners in Seattle. Niners favored by 1.5. Total set of 43.5. This is a big question here.
I like the Seahawks straight up, Stan. I really do. I don't like the Niners at all this year.
I'm afraid because I have Brock Purdy as my quarterback in fantasy, and then I realized, shit, they played the Seahawks week 1.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. It was between either him or Dak, and I was like,
well, Dak had a tough week on paper.
Yeah, on paper, he had, fantasy-wise, he had a tough week, but
look real steady.
That was like, Dak's stat line is a do you know ball thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in the Seahawks, home underdog, division game, not really thinking much about the Niners right now. Like, and I know CMC was limited. I think he practiced today. But
Always limited. When is he not limited?
Yeah. Who's going to be the top receiver target? Is it going to be Jawan Jennings? Is it going to be Ricky Pearsall? I don't think there's a true wide receiver one that Brock Purdy's going to throw to. And then now, if you look at this Seahawks offense, Sam Darnold is there. He's going to be thrown to Jackson Smith and Jigba. Kenneth Walker is healthy. Hopefully, he stays healthy. I love Kenneth Walker. I need him to be healthy. I don't have him in fantasy. I'm just a Kenneth Walker guy. Hey, this team won not. Yeah, I'm just a Kenneth Walker guy. I don't know why. Hey, this team won 9 games last year, right?
Yeah,
I believe. Team won 9 games. Find a way. And with how weak the NFC is, let's see.
Sam Darnold's kind of. I mean, is Sam Darnold the guy we thought he was always going to turn into? Kind of getting a taste for it this year. We'll see.
We'll see. Actually, no, they won 10 games. Sorry, they won 10 games last year and didn't make the playoffs. And now you bring in a new quarterback who lit up the world. This is the big question, though. Does Darnold perform?
Well, that's the big question mark for the whole season for them.
Yeah, that's a big question for the whole season. Lean the Seahawks, but mate, I don't know.
Stay away.
It's a tough. Yeah. Next up, Rams, Texans in LA. Rams favored by 3. Total set at 43.5. Matthew Stafford fully healthy. They add Devontae Adams. That's a great wide receiver 2 to have. Texans, no Joe Mixon. I don't think he even plays this year from what they're getting at.
Best Madden running back ever.
Yeah.
If you play Madden, they give him like a 90 overall every year.
This time it's going to be Nick Chubb.
Oh, what? My God, sorry. What a downgrade. I don't care how injured he is. It's still Nick fucking Chubb.
Yeah, true. Rams. I'd honestly lean the Rams just because the Texans are shorter receiver, no Christian Kirk. You trade away you release Stephon Diggs. Did they let him go into free agency? Either or, you lose Stephon Diggs, regardless. The offensive line, you lose Laramie Tunsil as well. I don't know. I just don't see it with the Texans. I know we have it winning the division, but I just don't see it.
I'm big on the Rams, man.
Yeah, I think this Rams defense is elite.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Verse is pretty good. Secondary, like the offense is there. I have the Rams winning the NFC. Who am I kidding? So
there you go.
Yeah. So, we saw what Stafford did in the playoffs. They were a game-winning drive away from beating the eventual Super Bowl champions in the snow in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Matt Stafford's that guy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good. So I'm going to roll with the Rams minus the 3. Next up, Lions, Packers in Lambeau. Packers favored by 2.5. Total is set at 47.5. And I'm ringing the bell. Yes, I am. Jahmyr Gibbs, anytime touchdown. I think this is just a simple play. I got a minus 105. Touchdown in his last 6 games, 8 of his last 9. I just think that, especially with this new offense, who knows, maybe they go by committee or not. But it seems like towards the end with Ben Johnson, I know David Montgomery was hurt for a bit, but Gibbs was the guy. It just seems pretty clear. They seem pretty unclear on whether or not they're going to go by committee with Gibbs and Montgomery. Gibbs may be a workhorse this year, and I love it. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs anytime touchdown.
I don't hate that pick at all.
Regardless, though, this game could possibly be the Micah Parsons Packers debut now that he is a Green Bay Packer.
I'm big on the Packers this year, Stan.
You're big on you have them going to the Super Bowl, right?
Yes, I do. I've been winning the NFC.
Woo!
Yeah. Listen, I have Jordan Love winning fucking MVP.
That's a tough call.
I
went with all reliable and took Lamar just because
taking a page out of my book.
I think the narrative for him this year is just because I didn't think this, but I think that there are people there that think that Lamar got screwed and he is out for vengeance to get that MVP.
Fine by me. Jordan Love's under the radar right now, man. I'm telling you.
No offense to the guy, but he is the best regular season player on the best regular season team with the best regular season coach.
Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, Jordan Love is just, I don't know. I think this is year 3 now of Love. I think we're looking into his most established season. They added some They added what? They added Golden and Matthew Golden in the draft. I have him winning fucking offensive rookie of the year, Stan. Yeah. I think this Packers team is legit going to be insane. I think this offense is going to be phenomenal. You add Micah Parsons on the defense. I feel like they're going to have the ball a ton because you added one of the best defense players in the league to an already great defense. Now the football is going to be in the offense's hands. for the majority of the game, in my opinion, this team. And I think Jordan Love's going to flourish this year. I think
All right.
5,000 passing yards. We're looking at 45
Whoa!
touchdowns.
Whoa!
It's a stretch.
Hold your horses.
I
That's
know.
a major stretch.
But I think he's going to have a great year. I'm big on the Packers this year.
So my 3-year complete is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs to score, Bucks money line, David Njoku over receiving yards. Tim, you still have one more, I believe, right?
No,
you
my 3 are done. I have Giants +6, Bucks -1.5,
right.
and the over in the Bengals-Browns game.
Okay. All right. This one's a big one. Ravens-Bills. This has been back and forth. Depends on what book you get. We're going to go by DraftKings. Ravens favored by 1.5. Totals at 50.5. Am I crazy enough to say that I think the Ravens are capable of winning this game just because of the narrative? And now let's keep in mind here. When these two teams played in the divisional, same place, spread was 2.5. It was almost like the same thing of 1.5, 2. You're expecting me to believe that this is going to be different, and we all know what happens with Lamar in the playoffs. I think it's going to be the same. I don't think it's going to be the same thing. I think the Ravens are going to take care of the ball. I think that there's going to be. It's the same team for same team for both of these guys.
I you know me, I'm always high on the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to win this game to start the year. And again, maybe because I've seen it so often where the Jets have beaten the Bills in week 1, but it seems like the Bills take 2 to 3 games to really get their footing down, and then they kind of just take off from there. And I think we're going to see that again. I think the Bills are going to win 13 plus games this year. They always do, but it always takes a week or two for them really to get under their footing and the team really to click. And I think going against the Ravens week 1 is just not a game for you to be able to do that. I think the Ravens are just going to take care of business in Buffalo.
Yeah. I got the Ravens winning this game. MVP season coming for Lamar. I think he's getting that third MVP.
I said it like 4 times. We've done this for 3 years now. I've picked him twice. This is the 4th year we've done it. 4 years. Yeah, 4th years of doing the picks. I've picked him 2 or 3 times.
Yep. Yeah, but I'm really excited to watch Lamar this year. That's a Sunday night game, Monday night game, and then we'll go to college football. Vikings, Bears at Soldier Field. The Ben Johnson era begins. Bears are home underdogs. 1.5 point underdogs. Total set of 43.
If I could take my 4th pick, if we had one, Stan, it would be Bears money line. It would be Bears money line.
Yes, it would. I agree. I think that I would honestly lean the under as well, because I think that the main thing is Ben Johnson's the play caller.
My coach of the year.
Brian Flores is still in Minnesota, so these guys know each other pretty well. I'd say, and there's not going to be a lot of points scored. I know Caleb Williams isn't really. Everyone's thinking Caleb Williams' breakout year, and rightfully so. You know, Ben Johnson is his coach, quarterback whisperer, whatever. I don't think it's going to happen this year. And also on the other side, JJ McCarthy. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen anything from him yet. And
I even like him in Michigan.
And now his NFL debut is going to be in the Windy City on Monday Night Football on a national stage. I don't know. I'd lean Bears in the under.
I have Ben Johnson winning Coach of the Year, so I think the Bears win this game. I was on the fence. Yeah, I wasn't even on the fence. I had the Bears making the fucking playoffs, Stan. I think this is the Caleb Williams jump year. They get in that 7th spot. I like what they've done. Ben Johnson's a phenomenal head coach, or is going to be, and I think him finding in that role, if they make the playoffs, he wins Coach of the Year. That's my bet, so I'm just going to roll with it, and I think they win week 1.
All right. Okay. First week of picks, done. Also, when we say that we're betting 3, I hope people know that we're not just betting those 3.
Those are the 3 best bets.
Yes, exactly. All right. Let's go to college football. What a week 1. Let's just real quick 5-minute week 1 recap, and then we'll go straight into real quick the week 2 games. Alabama's dead. They're dead. They're done. And I will say, hand up, Tim. Put the hand up. Put the hand up. We fucked up.
Yeah, we were wrong.
Yeah, we were more than wrong. This is it. This is bad. I
thought they were getting their swagger back, but they don't have it.
If you're Kalen DeBoer, I think that you may feel like the biggest idiot on the planet, because you are the biggest idiot on the planet. You had it so good for you. You basically ran the Pacific Northwest. You ran the Pacific Northwest landscape of football, and you were going to go into the Big Ten. And honestly, if you stayed, maybe we wouldn't be talking about Ohio. Maybe it would, the teams would have been Oregon, Ohio State, and Washington. I don't think anybody would have been talking about Penn State as seriously as they were last year. And then he goes to Alabama, and then I get it, first year, growing pains. I just don't think he's an SEC coach.
No.
I just don't think that he is.
Lights are too bright.
I think the lights are too bright. I understand, but how? I understand the hire the reasoning for the hire was like, okay, yeah, he's a winner everywhere. Everywhere he goes, he wins. NAIA national champion, went to the national championship, this, and that.
Not winning right now.
Made Indiana football winning before Kurt Signetti got there. But the fact that Alabama did not hire a Nick Saban disciple is ridiculous.
Doesn't make sense.
Ridiculous. Did not make any sense. And it's biting you in the ass right now. Because what I saw with Alabama against Florida State was not an Alabama football team. That was horrible. Absolutely horrible. They had 83 rushing yards. 50 of them came from the first drive of the game.
Can't happen.
And the first drive scripted, Tim. They know what they're calling.
I know.
Yes. What else was there? Like, Ryan Williams was a non-fact. Ryan Williams has not had a 100-yard receiving game since that game against Georgia last year.
I think that maybe the hype's too high on him.
I get he was banged up, but honestly, like right now, if we fast forward to December, whenever the conference championship games are, whenever the day after the conference championship games are, when's Army Navy? Because I think that's when the portal opens, but I could be wrong. Ballpark estimate of December 3rd. I think after December 13th or on December 13th or before December 13th, Ryan Williams is going to be in the transfer portal.
I mean, I would imagine so. Bama's on a trajectory right now that just seems like I don't know. What do you, Ole Miss? Like, I don't
after
even
what we saw. After what we saw from Auburn, I wouldn't be crazy to say that Auburn may win the fucking Iron Bowl.
I wouldn't be shocked if that happens. I know it's only week 1, but Bama is just, they're not what they used to be.
Not good. Not good at all. What else we got? LSU goes into Death Valley, takes down Clemson. That was a clinic in the second half by LSU. Absolute clinic. Garrett, and it's not even like the offense did much, because that Clemson defense is good. Don't get me wrong. Nussmeier made some great throws. This defense from LSU, I think LSU finally has an elite defense, and I think we should, as much as it pains me to say it, because I hate Brian Kelly with a burning passion, but I think we could say seriously that LSU is a legitimate contender.
I would say so, especially after that week 1 performance.
Absolutely.
And a few of these other teams that we saw, I mean, what's Arch Manning?
Am I crazy to say this? And now, let me be crazy to say this. There were a lot of things said about him, and I think this was his sort of like welcome to the league moment where, like, you know, you're a Manning and you're going to fuck up and you're going to be flamed. I think the time to buy Arch Manning stock is right now.
And if you're a believer, you're a believer. But I haven't seen anything on this kid, not even high school tape that looked very good from the people he was playing.
Stop with the high school tape. Stop with the high school.
I haven't even seen anything from college from him. He's only thrown, again, the ball like 140 times at college, not even. And what I've seen from him so far has just been he loves to run. So I don't know how good Texas is going to be. I think he's heavily overvalued. I mean, we've seen it in the past. Heisman favorites just don't win the Heisman. I don't know. Week 1 was a wake-up call for Texas, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Also, it wasn't like Ohio State did much for me.
No, they weren't. Their offense looked bad, too. It was such a stagnant game.
It was a very stagnant, boring game. That's what you took the over.
I was wrong, but, you know.
You were more than wrong, yes. Any other games? Bill. What
did you think was going to happen? Let's be honest.
Did I say that I was going to take UNC?
I think I told you not to, and you were like, I'm going to.
Oh, God. Thank God I flipped, because I bet TCU minus 3.5, and it was awesome.
There you go.
This isn't going to work. Like, I don't think Bill Belichick is like a college coach, because I think nowadays in college, you have to be like this like rah-rah hyped up guy. Bill's not even running out of the tunnel. He's walking out of the tunnel. Like,
he's just,
no one's going to get behind that.
He has such immunity. Like, you can't even get rid of him.
And also, Freddie Kitchens is the play caller. Like, guys, let's be serious here. Freddie Kitchens was not a good coach in the NFL. Like, let's be serious.
You never know. Sometimes it works out in college.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Steve Belichick. Yeah, I feel bad for Steve Belichick because he had it all at Washington. They won 8 games last year. He was defensive coordinator. He was probably one of the best defensive coordinators in college football, if I'm being honest. And then he felt pressured to go to his dad because he was promised the head coaching job. And now he has to see his 24-year-old stepmother every day.
It's got to be tough being a Belichick.
It's got to be tough being a Belichick, man. And Gio Lopez was not good. Like, Gio Lopez is a runner. They're trying to make him a passer. Like, you'll always have that for heel fans. You'll always have that first drive. You'll always have it.
That's it.
They're going to always have that first drive. They're going to be terrible. They're going to be awful. Terrible. All right. Let's go to week 2 really quick. Then we'll go to baseball. All right. Sorry, I need to pull up the graphic that I have here. The games that we got. All right. First up, Wallace Wade Stadium is the place to be in Durham, North Carolina. Illinois taking on Duke. Illinois favored by 3. The total is set at 48.5 on DraftKings. It's actually dropped to 2.5 on DraftKings. It's Duke. I think that and now granted, Illinois, do I call them a top 10 team? Probably not. I think this Illinois team's pretty overrated. And now, great, you beat a 2-win FCS. Who they play? Oh my God. This is going to kill me because I wrote notes on it and I lost my notes, Tim. I lost my notes.
Western Illinois Leatherneck.
Yes, they lost to Western Illinois. They beat Western Illinois, who is not good, like, at all. Like, they're one of the worst. They're one of the worst FCS teams. And I know what people are saying. Oh, Stan, Duke played Elon. Duke played Elon and were tied at halftime. Duke has the team. And I know what you're saying. Oh, Stan, aren't you a Duke basketball fan? Should you be like... I'm going to say this from a neutral fan standpoint because I'm not living, breathing, and dying on every snap of Duke football. But I will say this. Duke needed a quarterback last year. They got Malik Murphy. It was fine. If they were a not so serious program, they would have been like, oh, all right. Like, this was good enough. No. They tell Malik Murphy to kick rocks, and they pay up God knows how. I think it was like a lot of money to Darian Mensah, who was nothing short of phenomenal. $8 million deal to Darian Mensah
Pretty
to play
penny.
football. That is definitely a pretty penny.
I'm not. I don't.
Ooh, really?
Duke's defense at all. I really don't. I think Illinois can just run all over them. I think if Illinois controls the trenches, it's pretty much their game to lose. They're much more efficient. I don't know. Duke's quarterback, like you said, Darren Mensah, like, you gave him $8 million. He's a great quarterback. It's only his second game with the program. I don't know if this defense stinks. I mean, the fact it was tied at half, it stinks. It's not a good defense. They're relying on turnovers. They're not going to get any turnovers because Illinois is just going to run the football. It's just going to be ground and pound from Illinois. They're going to win the trench battle. They're going to win the game.
I got Duke winning this game straight up. Next up, rivalry game. Shout out to these schools and to Iowa, Iowa State, also to Kansas and Missouri. Having these rivalry games in week 2 is a lot, although I do love rivalry week in November. I think having meaningful rivalry games at the beginning of the season is great for all fans, considering that you have the most hope at the beginning of the season. We go to Cy-Hawk. Iowa State favored by 3. Total is at 42.5. Iowa State coming off the win in Ireland. They're coming off a win against South Dakota. Was it South Dakota? I know Kansas State played a Dakota team, and I'm blanking on which Dakota it was.
I'll tell you right now.
North Dakota, was it?
Wait. Hold on. Continue talking. I'll tell you in a second.
All right. I'll tell you what I got. I'm going to go with Iowa here. Iowa
They just played
the
North
season.
Dakota straight up. Kansas State.
North Dakota? Okay. So then they played South Dakota. All right. I got Iowa plus the 3. I think Iowa finally has a quarterback. Yeah, I'll say it. Iowa finally has a quarterback in Mark Gronowski. They relied heavily on the run in the game against Albany, but I think his passing has just brought some dynamism to this Iowa offense. Also, Kirk Ferentz, Iowa head coach with a win, can become the winningest coach in Big Ten football history with a win in Cy-Hawk, El Assico, whatever the hell you want to call it. Cyclones, Rocco Becht has been great, set a school record with a 95% completion percentage, 19-20 against South Dakota, and has already produced 6 total touchdowns this season. I think the storyline here is going to be, it's going to be a rock fight. Any Iowa football game is going to be a rock fight. Iowa's rushing versus Iowa State's resistance to run. I think, Iowa's ground game could challenge Iowa State's up front set, our offensive line. It could definitely tilt the game tempo. And it's a passing game versus a run-first offense. Rocco Becht was very efficient in that game against South Dakota. He's been very efficient all year in the first 2 games of the year so far. So can this Iowa defense really hold Rocco Becht to not really do much? I'm going to go with Iowa.
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Iowa.
They're the better team. They're just going to run the football like they do. I mean, they just do it every game. It's ground and pound, ground and pound, ground and pound. It's a recipe for success. I think it's going to work again, and Iowa's the better football team.
Yeah. All right, Schefter, Packers are listing Micah Parsons as questionable.
He's playing. Stop it.
Due to the back injury. All right, next up, Baylor, SMU. This was a tough one for Baylor because they gave up a lot of runs. They gave up a lot of rushing yards. I don't think Auburn was really sticking to the throw. Here's the thing with Auburn, though. I still think Baylor is a very talented team. It's just that Auburn had a lot more NFL talent than Baylor did. I still think Baylor's great. I'm honestly taking them to win this game straight up. I'm gonna drink the Kool-Aid again.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid too with you, Stan. Yeah. I love SMU.
I don't love SMU. SMU, they played against East Texas A&M. Didn't know that was a school until just about yesterday when I was doing notes on this. They relied on 2 pick sixes, but only outgained East Texas A&M by like 50 yards. So I'm going to go with Baylor. I think that honestly, I know they were sticking to the run game a lot, Auburn, but they were able to hold Cam Coleman under a lot. And I guess that's credit to Dave Aranda. I guess his decision-making in that game was fucking stupid. Just because you go for it on 4th down doesn't really make you quirky, but whatever. Missed 23 tackles, Baylor. Jesus Christ. I think it's just a get-right game. I don't think Baylor can go 2-0 here. I just think...
Or SMU, you mean?
Sorry. I don't think Baylor can start the year 0-2 and SMU starts the year 2-0. I think the total's high if you want to go for it, but I just see bounce back potential. I just think it's a rat line with the way that Baylor played.
If their secondary is a steady game, I think this is Baylor's game to lose. They just have to have a steady game because SMU is going to throw the fucking football. They're just going to throw the football. They're throwing the footballs.
Exactly. Oh God. I'm hot and sweating and hungry. I haven't eaten shit all day, but we're going to run this nonetheless. All right, Kansas, Missouri, border war. First time being played since 2011. Tim, you want a little history lesson on why they call it the border war?
Why is it called the border war?
Because that was the division. Kansas and Missouri was the division between North and South in the Civil War.
There you go.
There it is. Kansas riding off a 2-0 start. Jalen Daniels has looked sharp, completing 80% of his passes for 456 yards and 7 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Cam Pickett and Emmanuel Henderson Jr. are strong weapons who have impressed in the first 2 games. The rushing game, Daniel Hinshaw Jr. complements the high-octane passing attack. Kansas does have some defensive concerns, however. Injuries to key linebackers Bengali Kamara, plus questions on the front 7 are an impact. Missouri opened their year with a dominant 61-6 win over Central Arkansas, highlighted by a balanced offensive attack. Penn State transfer quarterback Bo Pribula stepped in great, completing over 82% of his passes, 283 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also added on 65 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Ahmad Hardy added 100 rushing yards and a touchdown, while Marquise Johnson led receivers with a $134 receiving yards and a touchdown. The defense remains one of the nation's stingiest defenses. They do rank in the top 20 in scoring and yardage allowed last season. Tim, what are we thinking here?
I like Missouri. I like Missouri in their defense. I think their defense is sturdy. I think they're going to take care of business. That's really going to be the deciding factor of the game. I know Kansas can score. Missouri's defense, if they're playing well, they can dictate pace, and that's what you need to win the battle of the Mason-Dixon line, as some people may call it, Stan.
Yes. Missouri, I have Missouri. I'm getting it at 6.5. I think if it jumps to 7.5 tomorrow, it may jump to Kansas just because rivalry game, 1 possession, why not? Bo Pribula is pretty good. Like, they used him a lot last year at Penn State. They were going to use him a lot in the playoff last year, but then the transfer portal got in the way. I think that right now, I just think that the defense is an issue for Kansas, and I just think that this Missouri offense is just going to play tricks with them. at 6.5. Don't get me wrong. I like Jalen Daniels a lot. Almost called him Jaden. I like Jalen Daniels a lot, but I just think that Missouri is the
Better
play
football
here.
team. Better football team.
Better football team. Yes, exactly. Better football team. Next up, Oklahoma. Actually, no, sorry. Arizona State and Mississippi State. Let me just type something in first. Tim, what do you got here as I type something up?
I know it's kind of a stretch, and you're going to have to hear me out on this one, because as much as, I love ASU as the next guy, I'm not that high on Sam Levitt. I'm really not, at all.
I'm kind of not either.
Yeah, I don't think
being honest.
Yeah, I think he had a great year last year. I don't think he's this game breaker that everyone, kind of makes him out to be. Mississippi State, they got that muscle, Stan. You know, that SEC muscle. Everyone knows it. They're going to come out hot. If their defense can disrupt this ASU offensive plan, I mean, if they could do that early, especially first quarter, they could just, make him uncomfortable in the back. I think they can pull it off. I think they can win.
Mississippi State played, who was it? Oh my God. Why do I blank at the worst times when shit like this happens? Mississippi State, it was a MAC team, I know.
Southern Miss Golden Eagles.
They were playing Southern Miss, and everyone was kind of expecting this to be a close game. And then it wasn't. Mississippi State just laid the fucking smackdown on them.
Mm-hmm.
This defense has improved. I think, honestly, wouldn't be shocked if Mississippi State covers. Do I expect Arizona State to win? Yes, but take the Bulldogs to cover. I'm going to take the Bulldogs to cover here. See what happens. May bite me in the ass, but who knows?
Chapin can have a good game?
Yeah, maybe. He had a pretty good game yesterday. 270 yards, a touchdown. Devon Booth rushed for 79 yards and a touchdown. The ground game has improved significantly for Mississippi State too.
Fluff Bothwell got in the end zone twice. I don't know, Stan. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm drinking the Mississippi State Kool-Aid right now.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid too. All right. Last but not least, Michigan, Oklahoma. Michigan 5. Actually, let me see what the total is, because I wrote down the total yesterday and then it more than likely changed. Oklahoma favored by 5.5. Total is at 44.5. It's actually at 4.5 on DraftKings now. This is a tight one. This is a big test for Bryce Underwood. If he's able to keep his composure in a hostile SEC environment, it could shift the national perception of Michigan right now. Oklahoma, you have John Mateer, who's probably one of the more sought-out quarterback transfer prospects out there. He's going to be
he's ESPN's number one, I think.
Yeah, both defenses. A lot of these teams have a lot in common. Both defenses are tough, hard-nosed defenses, great defensive play callers. I know Michigan is missing Basham early. He got hit with a targeting ejection that shouldn't have been targeting, but he's out for the first half. So what does that mean? I'm taking Oklahoma minus the 4.5. I just think that it's an SEC environment. I don't think Bryce Underwood's ready for it. I just think Oklahoma has the quarterback, per se. This is not and this isn't and also for Brent Venables too, this is almost like if not now, when? Because you're going up against a team with a true freshman quarterback.
Kind of make a statement.
And this is kind of the big game. And also, I know you had a 10-win season 2 years ago. You win against Texas, but then you also lost to Kansas in Lawrence back when it was, funny to lose to Kansas. And then you lost the last Bedlam to Oklahoma State. So this is a big test. Big test for Oklahoma.
Big test for Chip Lindsey, too.
Yeah, big one.
Well, see, I like Oklahoma covering, too. I'm bigger in Oklahoma than for Michigan. I don't love Michigan. I don't. There's something about them this year.
I like Bryce Underwood. So, yeah. All right, we're an hour 9 through this. Real quick, baseball. Tim, go for the Mets.
I don't even know where to begin, Stan. I know it's got to be quick, but Jesus Christ. If you're a Mets fan right now, it's tough. It's tough because you don't know what you're getting every game. I mean, you really don't. I know they just called up Alvarez. That's great. The bats have been electric. I've been loving that. Runners in scoring position. They've had the best average since August with runners in scoring position. I believe they're batting upper echelons 380s. So they've been great with runners on. Run scoring hasn't been a problem, Stan. It's keeping runs off the board. And you would think, they traded all these guys to bring in these elite relievers. They've been nothing but awful. Rogers hasn't been great. Helsley's been probably the worst reliever in baseball. I don't even understand if he still has a job. And then you had the old reliable guys. Ryan Stanek's been bad. Pretty much everyone's been bad. So it's been kind of tough on the pitching aspect. You have some bright looks ahead. Sprout on Sunday, Tong on Saturday. We get another look at the young guys. It's kind of a tough time to be really making that jump, bringing rookies up when we're getting near October. If they're going to play a pivotal role, because you sent Senga down. Senga's now in AAA, getting some rehab work done. I don't know. It's confusing, but we're still in a wild card spot. They got a huge series against Cincy and then against Philly. So if you're going to do it now to win the division, this is your shot. You got to win these two series. We'll see what happens, but you're going to need good pitching, and they just haven't gotten it.
Exactly. Yankees, I don't really have to say much. Take 2 out of 3 against Houston.
Been good.
That umpire deserves to be fired immediately. Like, I think when he was behind the plate, great, he had a bad day. The next day, him saying that McMahon didn't catch that ball, stop it.
You get a day off from there's less pressure now. You're in the field and you're still blowing calls. I don't know. It's not a great look for the MLB. But Yankees
not a great
look
good
for
the league.
I mean, what's it looking now? You got a shot. What are you, number one wild card? I don't know if you've shot.
Well, this series is going to tell, considering that we are playing the Blue Jays, and we are 3 games out of first place.
Don't get swept, because that could put you back.
That could put us back a lot. Yep, I know. This is a big series. This is a big group of series coming up for the Yankees. I think if they at least win 6 games, 6 out of 12. Maybe, please, maybe.
You gotta hope.
2 out of 3 in Houston's great. Like, don't get me. It's awesome. If you could take 2 out of 3 again, and then the next time,
you kind of need to. It's right now. It's between who gets home field advantage for the wild card.
Yeah, and especially considering that it could be against the Red Sox.
It's most likely going to be against the Red Sox, so they're a half game behind you. If all these games lining up right now, it's a big stretch for the Yankees.
It is pretty big. Yankees take on the Tigers and the Red Sox for these next 2 series.
Like, you have the biggest stretch of the season right now coming in.
This
if you're
is a big
Yankee
stretch.
Fan. So
this is a big
in.
stretch. Yep. All right, moving on to what I saw. I got 2. I'll talk about them real quick. There's no longer going to be a college basketball game for EA Sports. A sad day in America, as some would say. So it's going to be 2. It's going to be 2K. It's going to be like kind of an add-on to this year's game. There's going to be 100+ teams. We don't want 100+ teams. I want all 364 Division I basketball teams. I want to be able to take Longwood from a
Sienna Saints.
0-star, take Sienna, Longwood, anything. This is hopeful. I hope it can lead to something better. But the fact that Ronnie wants to be such like a money hungry guy and just have like the big guys on.
Listen, it's a step. Also, it's a step in the right direction, though.
It's a step. It's a shitty step, but it's a step nonetheless. Also, Tim, did you see this Netflix documentary about the mom cyberbullying the daughter?
Crazy, insane.
Oh my god,
nuts.
Oh my god, this woman's crazy.
Absolutely insane. She's in the beginning of the documentary too, just like laughing and giggling. And I'm just like, how the fuck you sit there?
You think that she's like just like the mom? Oh well, it started with this.
Lost
this,
2 jobs because she was bullying her daughter.
No, but like you like think like she was just like a victim, like she's like a victim in this story because her daughter was cyberbullied by this stranger. And like in the beginning of the documentary, it's like, oh, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. You're like, oh, you started to feel bad for this woman. And then boom,
she's the one who did it.
She's the one bullying her daughter. Jesus.
Yeah.
Go check out that documentary if you
Definitely worth a watch.
Tim, you're what I saw.
I went to Fenway for the first time on Wednesday.
How did that go?
Tuesday. It was nice. Smaller than I anticipated, to be honest with you. Citi Field's kind of a lot bigger. And honestly, like, I get the historics of it, and I understand, I appreciate all of it. Citi Field's just so much nicer. Like, it is. It really is. Like, I don't want to be a dick, but, like, it just is.
Just talking about stadiums and talking about food, talking about stadiums just making me think about food, and I'm starving right now.
Well,
so
we're wrapping it up, because I got to go to the bathroom, too.
Yes. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Be sure to like our videos on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, leave a comment on our YouTube. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
Stars?
5 stars only. Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy every NFL Sunday because you never know how much you have left. We're fucking back. Go Giants. Go Jets. We'll see you guys on Tuesday for our Week 1 recap and college football Week 2 recap. And we'll see you guys then. All right. Peace out.